Today I'm cooking a caramelised onion and goat's cheese tart. Sweet, slow-cooked caramelised onions, tangy goat's cheese, and of course, the all-important buttery, flaky pastry. Simple, elegant, and packed with flavour, this is one of those tarts that feels fancy, but couldn't be easier to make. Let's get cooking. So this recipe is low effort, high reward, but there are a few elements that do take a little bit of time. And the first part of that is actually chopping the onions. I've got 9 onions here, which you need to finely dice. So effectively you buy those onions, don't you, from the supermarket, normally in nets of 3. I've used 3 nets. If you've got a way of chopping onions that is actually foolproof so that your eyes do not water, please do let me know. I've tried various ways. I've even gone as far as putting a mask on. And I know there's methods out there I've read about, which is putting it in the freezer first, obviously using a sharp knife, keeping the root system on, blah, blah, blah. But if you've got a foolproof way, please do share it with us. And the other ingredient for our onions is butter. And here I've got 150 grams of unsalted butter and I've just cubed it. And you want to put that straight into your hot pan. Once your butter's melted, straight in with your onions. That's it, get those all in there. There's a lot of them, so make sure, obviously, you have got a pan that's going to be big enough to take all of those onions. Just stir those through that butter. And now we're at the second time consuming part of this recipe, which is cooking these onions down. They really need to cook now for between an hour to an hour and a half, uncovered on the lowest possible setting your hob will go to. And we want these to be nice and soft. So our onions have been cooking for about an hour and they've really softened down nicely and reduced down too. We're starting to get a lovely colour on these also, which is exactly what we're looking for. Our onions have still got about 30 minutes or so cooking time, so it's a perfect time to switch our attention to the pastry. So you want to preheat your oven to 180°C fan, and I am using the ready rolled shop-bought shortcrust pastry. Today I'm using the Sainsbury's version. It's £1.60 a pack. If you saw my minced beef and onion pie video, I had a bit of a discussion on there about what's more cost effective, to make your own pastry these days or to buy the ready rolled shop bought. The consensus seemed to agree with me that actually the shop bought stuff not only is time saving, but it's more cost effective. So that's what I've done. And what I've done with it is I actually folded it over on itself and rolled it out again so that it's more the size that I want to fit our tin. And I've just lightly greased a removable base tin, and I'm going to chuck that pastry over the top. Just alter it around a little bit just to make sure, and gently, as always, just feed it into those corners. Try not to stretch it, and we want to leave that overhang on this as well. So I'm just going to work my way around like that, and then pull it out there. Have I got a little hole there? Yes, I have. Let me just fix that. Perfect. That little corner there. Okay, that feels pretty good. Back in with our greaseproof paper. I'm just going to fold that over in half, and then whatever you've got, I'm using the ceramic beans again, but if you haven't got ceramic beans, then of course use rice. And they're going to go in there. Push it all down, and that wants to go into the oven, blind bake it for 20 minutes. Once your 20 minutes are up, we're just going to remove those baking beans. Try not to burn myself here. Carefully take them out. Let's get them back into our pot here. And then that needs to go back into the oven for a further 10 minutes. And while the pastry's in the oven for its final 10 minutes, we can finish off our onion mixture. So you want to start by whacking up the temperature. Going to add to that 100 millilitres of cider vinegar. 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, and here I've got 2 teaspoons of Dijon mustard. Love a bit of Dijon. Oh, and a good few twists of your peppermill. That's it. Stir that through, and you want to cook this now until all of that liquid has evaporated and those onions are a nice brown colour and starting to caramelise. Okay, so I'm happy with how these onions look. you'll see they're this lovely golden brown colour, which is exactly what we're looking for. All flavour, and look how much they've actually reduced down now. So let's get this into our short crust pastry. Just get it all in there. This is a 24 centimetre diameter tin, guys, as well. I didn't say that to you before, but obviously you can adjust quantities depending on the size of your tin, but I know this works perfectly with this size tin, and we've got just enough mixture there. And obviously we evaporated as much of that liquid off as we can, which is what you want. You don't want this too runny. When you cut into it, you don't want it spilling out everywhere. I'm just flattening it down. And then lastly, we're going to add on our goat's cheese. So just lay little dotted around, little pieces, or big pieces of that goat's cheese. It is a cheese and onion tart after all. That's it. Couple in the middle, like so. At this stage, you do have some options. You don't have to use goat's cheese. I regularly use either Gruyère or Parmesan cheese, about 50 grams worth grated over the top, and it is absolutely delicious. Alternatively, if you want a non-cheese version, just leave it off. Either way, whichever way you choose, it's going to go into the oven now, still at that 180C, for a further 25 minutes, or until that top is nice and golden brown. Okay, so we are done. It looks and smells absolutely amazing. I've taken the tin off it, and that was a little bit of a game. I had a few bits that wouldn't come off as easy as some of the others. But anyway, let's cut into it. Let's see how this looks. And a couple of bits of my pastry there have cracked, but that doesn't matter. Let's just cut straight through. I'm going to use those cracks to my advantage. Let's get a nice big slice with a double portion of that goat's cheese on there. And let's get that onto a plate. Before we do that, actually, let's just have a little look at it. See how it's come out. Look at that. Beautiful. And I've just got some nice lettuce leaves there, beetroot, sort of mixed leaf salad. And there we have it. Caramelised onion and goat's cheese tart. Let's give it a go. And guys, this is best served warm or hot, ideally. Right, dig in. Want some of that goat's cheese. Obviously, some of that lovely onion mixture. All the pastry sounds good. It's got a nice crunch to it. Let's see how we've done. Wow, it is just dreamy. The flavour is insane. Those onions, because of the length of time we've cooked them, they have caramelised perfectly. All of the sweetness from those onions and obviously the brown sugar have just brought out the best of the flavour of the onions. And then obviously you've got that vinegar, a slight tartness to it as well. And that goat's cheese works perfectly. As I said before, if you don't like goat's cheese, switch it out for something you do like. But for me, this is a winner all day long. That combo is absolutely lovely. Let's just have another little try. I don't actually want any of the lettuce or anything. I just want the filling. Honestly, guys, that is super, super good. And the great thing about this is perfect all year round. It makes a great sort of winter dish this time of year. You know, it's basically almost feels like an international cheese and onion pie, but it's great in the summer. I mean, obviously tonight we're going to be serving it with the salad, but it makes a great summer dish because whilst there is a lot of butter in there, as we know, it's surprisingly light and really, it just doesn't feel heavy at all as a pie. Wonderful. Just got to have a little bit more of that onion, sorry. I'm being greedy, but what can I say? Give this one a go. If you're an onion fan, a cheese fan, or a cheese and onion fan, this has got your name all over it. Guys, that's it from me for today. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you're new to the channel, you like the content, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Please also like, share and comment. It really does help the channel. Let me know down below also, what cheese would you go for? Parmesan, Gruyère, goat's cheese or something else? I'll put all of the details of today's caramelised onion and goat's cheese tart down below in the description as always. And all that's left for me to say is until next time, it's cooking good.